Guys, there is sometimes I just don't get it. I just don't get it. There's certain news that you see come across because you're following some stuff that other people are not following. And then you see it come across, and then you're like, what the hell? Like, and you're looking at everyone, and you're like, are you guys seeing this? And people are like, meh. Like, meh? Like, this was major news for a very long time. Like, why is seems a bit important, and it just seems like it's not a big deal to a lot of people. I'm like, guys, this was like everybody wanted to know about this, and now we know about it a little bit at least. Again, okay, let me give you some context. Okay, remember? Do you guys remember? How's my audio, by the way? Audio is great. Thank you, so. You guys remember when this whole whether Iran wants nuclear energy for peaceful reasons, not peaceful reasons? You remember that was like a major debate, and everybody was just guessing, and people were coming like, well, you can't trust them, or like, well, they have the right, every country has the right, how come these countries have nuclear energies and these countries don't get to, who gets to decide, yada yada yada. They're not gonna, like, they've shown that they don't want to use it for nuclear weapons, and they have the right to have access to nuclear energy, and they're like, well, some people are like, well, this is Iran we're talking about. How could you, like, we can't trust them to have nuclear energy because they're obviously going to use it for nuclear weapons. Some people are like, no, as long as we have people there and to check, it's going to be fine. You cannot just determine that they're going to have. Yeah, you guys remember that, right? You guys remember all that, right? And it seemed like people were like just guessing. I was participating in the guessing game, right? People are like, well, there's no evidence. There's no evidence that they want nuclear weapons. It's just peaceful. They just say so. They just said it. I mean, obviously, you could trust the Islamic Republic of Iran. Well, but to be fair, from our side, just saying that you can't trust the Islamic Republic of Iran, that's not necessarily an argument. Like, just because you can't trust them, that doesn't mean you could just, everything they say is the opposite. You know how, like, the people that say, like, man, you can't trust the government, they lie, and they're like, yeah, you can't trust them, that's why you verify. But like, nah, if they say this, it must be the opposite. Like, nah, that's not really proof. Like, if they say they didn't do 9/11, there must be the opposite. They're like, well, do you have any proof that it was inside job? Like, you trust the government, huh? Like, no, I just want you to provide proof. No, you trust the government. How naive, you trust the government. So that's not like really an argument to say. So if we want to apply the same standard, right? So if somebody says, well, Iran wants nuclear energy because they want nuclear weapons, and then you could respond, wait, so you trust the Islamic Republic? I mean, you shouldn't, but that's not really an argument. That's not really evidence that they have nuclear weapons, right? Much nuclear energy, though. Okay, wait, you guys are tagging me? Guys, if you tag me, make sure it's something that I need to read. Like, it's not just like, because every time you tag Atheist Republic, I get distracted. So it better be something good. Okay, Idris, this is not relevant to what we're talking about right now. It's not relevant. How many times I have to explain to you guys? If you tag me, it gets my attention, especially if you're a YouTube member. If you're a member and you tag me, then I'm like, ooh, this guy's a member, and they're tagging me. I better pay attention. And then I read it, and it's not about what the live stream is about. So what's up with that? So as I'm saying, that people like me who were like, Islamic Republic of Iran is up to no good. They shouldn't be trusted. My argument is that they shouldn't be trusted with nuclear energy, right? Did I have any proof that the Islamic Republic of Iran will want to have nuclear weapons if they have access to nuclear energy? No, I had zero proofs. Did I have a hunch? Yeah, you betcha. Okay? And so I had no proof. So I didn't claim it to be true. I just was like, it's probable, right? And this is, you apply just game theory, okay? The game theory is, if you were the Islamic, guys, if you guys were the Islamic Republic of Iran, oh, Edris, I'm sorry, Guru, for I have sinned. Well, you go flagellate yourself. Go do Ya Hussein. Go. Do it now. Do 50 of these. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Do that, Edris. Thank you, though. Thank you for acknowledging your fault. What was I saying? Oh, game theory, right? So, if you were the Islamic Republic of Iran, would you want a nuclear weapon? Think about it for a second. The answer is yes and no. The answer is no, because if you had one and it was discovered, you just united the whole planet against you. Okay? Well, not if you actually have it. If you actually have it, then nobody's gonna talk bad against you, right? You just like you win. But if you are discovered that you're about to have it, then you're uniting the whole planet against you. But right up to the point that you have it, then everybody has to back off. Now everybody's going to treat you like North Korea. Like, God damn it. Now we actually have to negotiate with you guys. Like, there's no other alternatives. You guys have a nuke. We have to take you as seriously as we have shown. Like, do you want to be like treated like Gaddafi, or do you want to be treated like Kim? Kim, please. We don't want to give up our weapons and then have a knife shoved up our, you know what, like he did, right? We want to be treated like Kim. You guys have signaled to us that if we give up our weapons, we'd be like Gaddafi. If we keep them and actually have a nuclear weapon, then we're going to be treated like North Korea. And you guys are not going to mess with us. So, yeah, of course, we're going to go with that. Okay? But it's very, very dangerous, because up until the point that you have the nuclear weapon, if people discover that you're going towards it, then you're screwed, right? So I suspected that you will just have nuclear energy, and then you have missiles that can carry a nuclear weapon, whatever. You just don't, you get like, oh, I have these missiles and I have the technology to put this on top of that, but I'll just keep them separate as much as possible so that the world is not, I just want to have enough technology that I could go like, these are the missiles, these are the nuclear energy. I just want to keep advancing this separately and keep advancing this separately, because I need to advance them separately so the world is not like, ooh, what are you doing? I mean, even though the world it's kind of obvious what I'm doing, though, right? But I need plausible deniability, right? I need to be able to say, like, guys, that's peaceful. These are just missiles. That's peaceful. But I also want to have the technology to be able to go from like, boop, very fast. Like, I want to be able to have this so advanced, and that's so advanced that if I wanted to go like, these two go together now, it would be like over like that. I want to be able to go like this to this, like that. Even though they're separate, like, I don't want the world to be able to react between the time that I have this and I have this and put them together, right? I was like, that would be the smartest thing to do if you're evil and you're smart, okay? If you're the Islamic Republic of Iran, that would be the smartest thing to do. This is separate, that's separate, but one day they will become together, okay? And guess what? That guys, I'm on record of on saying this. I just like that would be the right thing to. That would not the right thing to. That would be the strategic thing to do. That would be the strategic thing to do, right? Because you don't want all the disadvantages of looking like you're in the process of getting nuclear weapon, but you also want to eventually be able to have nuclear weapons. How do you get the both of those two worlds? That's what you do. That's what you do. And guess what? I mean, I can't help it. I can't help it. But I was right, I think. It seems like, guys, it seems like I was right. It seems like I was right. Okay. Because we have evidence now. All up until now, it seemed like maybe I'm not. I actually don't know because I saw this come across my feed. Well, not feed. I actually hunt for these. But I was like, I'm just gonna go over this with you guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll look into this together. Like Armin thought that this is gonna show that he's right, and then we actually go through it and we're like, nope. Okay. But just so you guys understand what we're talking about and why this is a significant deal, I'll show you how this narrative is still being used. Okay. This narrative. Let me see if you guys said anything irrelevant. Did you? Okay, well, I already. Qasim is saying nuclear program. Let me highlight this. God damn it. Hold on. Nuclear program doesn't go with down with Israel, neither down with US, nor down with UK, nor down with France, nor down with all but us. Well, I mean, sure, but again, that's not the main point that I'm trying to bring up here, because obviously we don't want the Islamic Republic. I mean, obviously, no sane person wants the Islamic Republic of Iran to have nuclear weapons. Guys, let's separate these two discussions. Okay, we're talking about. I think, like, I hope it's clear to you guys. Okay, we are talking about nuclear energy or nuclear weapons. Okay. So for a long time, the people who were saying, like, what, Iran has the right to have nuclear energy, they were trying to say, like, yes, nuclear energy, but not nuclear weapons, as in peaceful purposes and all, right? And right now, what we're discussing right now is, like, we're assuming that everybody's on the same page, that the Islamic Republic of Iran shouldn't be having nuclear weapons. Like, we're not. I mean, if you want to debate that, then you're just like the loony guys that we're not even having a discussion with, right? We're talking about to the half loons that are saying that, yeah, Iran shouldn't have any nuclear weapons, but what Iran was doing was not for nuclear weapons. It was for nuclear energy. That's the audience right now. Okay? You guys understand? Separating this. What's the word that I can't pronounce for some goddamn reason every time? I'm going to try it. No, I'm not going to try. Wait, I'm going to try it. Compartmentalization. I did it. Is Deborah here? Where are my cookies? Armin, stop giving them a blueprint for how to do this in the sneakiest way. Get some hikmah. They already done it, though. That's my point. That's the point of this video. I'm going to show it. I'm going to show you guys. But before I show you, let me give you some context before I provide you with Exhibit A and Exhibit B and all that stuff. Let me give you some Kulinski again. Hey, all right. Let me know if you have idea once I play this. Okay.
That he can get away with.
All right, hold on. I don't know where this starts. Oh my God.
Biden with a gigantic mess. And right. So in order to
context is saying, like, Trump has basically killed the Iranian nuclear scientists to leave Biden with a giant mess when it comes to renegotiating the deal. God damn it, Kyle. Are you seriously putting like a random box? Like, you have one of the biggest leftist channels on the planet, and you have like a really nice neon light background, and it's giant ass TV screen that shows the segment that you're covering, and a very expensive microphone, and you're using a cardboard box to lift it up. Like, seriously, you couldn't find something a little bit more decent to put under your microphone? Is this what you're going to put under your microphone? Like just a random cardboard box? Anyways.
Him with a mess, he's going to greenlight anything and everything that he can get away with when it comes to Iran.
Guys, you guys seriously don't understand what a peaceful nuclear program means? Yes, a peaceful nuclear program means like energy, research, medicine. That's what the claim was. Have you guys not been part of this conversation for the past couple of years? Is this like new to you all you guys? Okay, get up to speed. You're up to speed now, right?
Iran, because Donald Trump fears that Joe Biden will get back in power, and one of the first things he'll do is try to get us back in the Iran nuclear agreement, the 2015 nuclear agreement that him and Obama negotiated. And so Trump wants to make sure that doesn't happen. So what's he doing? Anything and everything to screw up our relationship with Iran even more before the next administration comes in. And that's why they said, we cover the story on this show, and I think there's probably merit to it. You had Trump asking his top advisors after he lost, how quickly can we attack Iran's top nuclear site? And then we're in such a bad position that even the uber neocon hawks like Mike Pompeo and Mike Pence were like, hey, dog, listen, we can't really risk that right now. Like, if you wanted to do that like a year ago, that's sort of what's up, and we'd be with you. We're down for attacking whatever in Iran, of course.
No.
We hate them. We want to do regime change. That's what we're all about.
Jesus Christ.
But you want to do it now? I mean, it's a little too late, because what happens is you create a giant international crisis. You could spark World War III, and then immediately as that's happening, we're in a weak position because the administrations are changing. The transition is occurring. So, I mean, that's catching us with our pants down in no uncertain terms. So even the uber neocon hawks were like, gonna have to X-nay on the plans, gay, because that shit ain't gonna work, man.
See, like, God, it's so his views of politics is like, at least international politics, is so simplistic. Like, he just thinks so black and white. These people always want war. These people are always anti-interventionists. Like, it's just like,
we can't do that. So Trump was looking to attack Iran, looking to immediately start war with Iran. And instead, what happened is this, my guess is this is what they floated as like a plan B. Either the United States or Israel or both working together were like, well, we have intelligence on their top nuclear scientists, so why not kill them? Now, the other thing I have...
Which is really smart. Really smart. I mean, look at the alternatives you're giving to war. These are alternatives to war. Imagine being able to, like, look at the past assassinations on and also the secret, like, explosions in Iran's top nuclear facilities, right? Imagine being able to so effectively, so precisely, so without so little collateral damage, take out key figures like Qasem Soleimani and Iran's top nuclear scientist, Fakhrizadeh, and set like all the programs. Like, it wasn't this guy, it was the top scientist, right? But there was a whole bunch of other scientists that were taken out before him as well. And some of the key facilities that do centrifuges, right? Without going to war. These are alternatives to war. So thank you to whoever is making these decisions.
Have to point out, and you're not going to get this at all in mainstream media, and it's pathetic because they need to do their job and they need to do it right, is that there's no evidence Iran even has a nuclear weapons program.
There's no evidence that Iran even has a nuclear weapons program, right? Nuclear weapons program, okay? This has been the narrative from day one of the Obama nuclear agreement and all, and then Trump, and then even before that with Bush and everything. Yeah, it's been going on since Bush announced Iran as one of the axis of evil, right? So this is going on for like 19 years. This discussion, and people are like, well, is it just nuclear energy or is it a nuclear weapons program? And he's like acting like, oh, look at this, like there's no evidence Iran has a nuclear weapons program, right? So
there's no evidence Iran even has a nuclear weapons program. Now, I know you hear that and you're like, Jesus, like what? What are you talking about?
No, Kyle, this has been going on. This is the claim that we keep having to deal with for so many years now. Like I was a child. I grew up with these discussions. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? Somebody is saying, Abbas is saying killing scientists is terrorism anyway and should be called out. Nope. Wait, so you think, like, for example, this guy, first of all, this guy was part of IRGC. And IRGC and is basically part of a state sponsor of part of a state and is a state that is a sponsor of terror. So I don't know if you consider taking out members of a terror organization. Again, I shouldn't keep saying their actual word because I don't know if YouTube likes it. But I don't think taking members of a terror organization out will be considered terror itself. Oh wait, did we just get a new member? Oh, we did. Wow, Soha keeps track of everything. Well, hi, thank you for being a member. Hadeb the odd. Okay, here. Selva is saying if they have nuclear bomb tech, if they don't have missile capabilities, then it's kind of like they don't have the weapons. Yes, exactly. Well, that's what we're going to get to. That's what we're going to get to, Selva. We're going to see if they do, okay? So here's an interesting thing, actually. Very good point, Darko. Because when I say they probably are like having a nuclear weapons program, like it's not just a nuclear energy, it's actually a nuclear weapons program. Do I say that with certainty? Like, nope. Armin, do you have evidence? Nope. That's why it's a guess. That's why it's a hypothesis and not a theory, right? But I don't know. Like, actually, Carl here is saying there's no evidence, right, that Iran has a nuclear weapons program, and he just spoke a little bit too early because we'll get to it. Okay, this is just a few days before maybe the evidence came out. Okay, so is he saying that they don't have a nuclear weapons program? Because then he's making a claim without evidence. Well, we'll see. Let me see because right now it's good. Right now it's just saying there's no evidence, but let's see if he takes it to actually claiming that there are no evidence. Oh, this is Had ibn Ad. Did I say it right?
The underlying assumption in every single thing you've ever heard in discussions about Iran is that they do have a nuclear weapons program.
No, that was not the underlying assumption. The underlying assumption was they probably have a nuclear weapons program. Not that they actually do. Okay?
There is no evidence.
Actually, that's what we thought that the underlying assumption was. It seems like the underlying assumption might have been different, and we'll get into that.
They have a nuclear weapons program. In fact, all the evidence is to the contrary.
Which evidence, Kyle? All the evidence is to the contrary? What evidence is to the contrary? That they don't have a nuclear weapons program?
In discussions about Iran is that they do have a nuclear weapons program. There is no evidence they have a nuclear weapons program. In fact, all the evidence is to the contrary. All the evidence is that to the extent they have nuclear power, the uranium is only enriched to the point where you can have power for your power grid and you can do research.
Guys, it's really simple to upgrade that. Like you could oh, look at this. We're only enriching uraniums only to the point that it could be used for this and not for that. But we know how to. It's really easy for us to know how to increase that. And they have the capacity. They have the technology. You guys think it's not very difficult to go. I mean, at least they want to be able to show that they're enriching up to a certain point where it can only be used for research and power, but also be at a point have the technological capacity to be able to enrich it beyond that if need be. So just because, God damn it.
And the point of enrichment to actually get a nuclear bomb is way above and beyond what they have the capacity of doing and what they're currently doing.
Are you sure about that, Kyle? Where is your evidence for that, Kyle?
So there really is no Iranian nuclear weapons program. There's all this talk about like, oh, well, the breakaway time for them to create a single weak nuclear weapon is like a year or whatever.
So he actually knows the counter argument, and he's still saying this. He's saying the breakaway. Look at this. He's actually saying, and he makes it seem ridiculous by giving it making a facial. Look at this. Okay, the counter to that
to create a.
So he's like, yeah, look, I didn't even know he's going to provide the counter. The counter here. Look at this. He's debunking his own argument, but he's giving it in this he's making this facial expression or body you're obviously that's a crazy person talk. Hold on.
So there really is no Iranian nuclear weapons program.
Wait, you just went from saying there's no evidence to now making the claim that there is no weapons program. What the hell? No, just say there's no evidence. Don't make the claim.
There's all this talk about oh, well, the breakaway time for them to.
Yeah, the breakaway time. The breakaway time is 1 year or whatever. And what they're trying to do is they just keep reducing it to make it shorter and shorter and shorter. Imagine we don't have a nuclear weapon right now, but we have managed to advance everything in such a level that if we want to be, we're just 1 month away from it. How about 1 week away from it? If we ever want to have one. How about just take this from over there and put it over there and go boop, boop, boop. And now over half a day, we went from not having a nuclear weapon to now having a nuclear weapon. How about that? So we technically don't have one, but we can have one in a moment's notice. You can keep reducing that time. You know that, right?
Create a single weak nuclear weapon is a year or whatever. They change how long that would take.
Yeah, they change how long that would take because it keeps getting reduced. It used to be 10 years. And now after a few years, it went from being 10 years to being 1 year. We can keep going. If we keep waiting, it's going to be half a day. Okay.
Depending on the day.
Yeah, depending on the day, because they keep getting advanced and they keep changes.
But they don't actually have a nuclear weapons program.
Oh my God.
And beyond that,
you just provided that. You just destroyed your own argument. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, exactly. Nuclear tech is from the 50s. You don't need the cutting edge technology or a huge investment. It's super easy. Yes, but it's very difficult if you're trying to do that with the whole world watching you and the IAEA having cameras everywhere, and the material that you need for it being able to be detected easily. And it's one thing to be able to do that. And it's another thing to be able to do that without anyone noticing. Okay, that requires a lot more strategy and technology and clever espionage and secretive, which is they're dumb at, by the way. Every time. Okay, so imagine you have the know-how is there. You could build a centrifuge facility, and Iran knows how to do it. And you know how to, it's so easy for them to go from enriching it up to the point where they need it only for a nuclear power plant to all of a sudden be whoops, oopsie, we actually enriched it a little bit more. I don't know why, but it's not that hard to do that, right? But it's really hard to do that when you make a centrifuge facility and it goes boom, boom, because Mossad just figured out a way to send some agents there, and every time you build a facility, and again, Iran is under heavy sanctions. Okay, making the fact that they are even able to make a centrifuge facility and have, with all the brain drain coming out of Iran, the scientists that are left and the equipment that they need. And again, you could have the information that here's the technology, but there's certain parts of certain technology, certain things that you need to even they have a hard time building. And then you spend 5 years finally building one, and then one day you show up to work and you're like, oh crap, everything is on fire. Because you guys knew about. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think I keep assuming you guys are up to date onto these things. Hold on. I don't know how to spell centrifuge. I keep expecting you guys to be there's here. This was this year. There you go. You make it there. This is what happens. It's a beautiful sight. Look at this, okay? How much technology you need to stop some? Okay, so Iran's nuclear fire at Natanz plant caused by sabotage. This is what happens. This is what Israel. You guys know about this? Oh, thank you. Yes, Kulinski doesn't have Hikmah or the Dharma. Do you guys know about this? This is Iran's. This happened in August this year. Okay, so this is pretty recent. Okay, so this is what happens when you try to enrich uranium in Iran. Mossad agents come and take it away. Why is Israel taking away all my toys? I just want a nuclear weapon and they just won't let me have one. It's so sad. Why can't I have one? They have so many. I want one too. Wait, what is this? Did every nuclear power test its weapon at least once? I don't know what this is mean. I don't know what that means. All right, but let me see.
Remember, they followed to a T.
All right, so no, I think I already this video already gave you the context. Oh yeah, you guys are actually, it's a good point. Kemal is saying maybe Yahweh is stronger than Allah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think that explains everything. Yes, I know about that. That's going to be another live stream. David's saying exactly. They don't even need a large yield. They just need a kiloton's worth and use small missiles through Hamas. Okay, wait, guys, you're getting ahead of me. Okay, so this whole evidence thing, we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. We got him. We got him. Okay, so you guys remember this guy, right? Fakhrizadeh. Come on, guys. You guys, I can't provide you context for everything, right? You guys are up to date on some of this stuff at least. Oh, I mean, France and US made nuclear tests, so I wonder if Iran would need to test it. I don't know. Those nuclear tests were ages ago. I think technology is a lot more advanced these days. I don't know if you need to test everything. I don't know. Maybe actually the North Korea needed to test them. So I don't know. Okay, but slain Iranian scientist wait, just give me the Persian name. Fakhrizadeh asked to produce 5 warheads. Israeli report. The recently assassinated Iranian nuclear scientist Mohsen Fakhrizadeh was recorded saying he had been asked to produce 5 warheads for the Islamic Republic of Iran, according to reports by the Israeli daily. This guy Yedioth Ahronof, quoted in the Times of Israel. The recording was reportedly acquired by Israel's former Prime Minister Ehud Olmert after Israeli intelligence recruited an Iranian official close to Fakhrizadeh, according to the Times of Israel, citing the report. Guys, when was this? We're talking about Ehud Olmert. and Bush. This is okay. I think this was in 2003. When did you get this report? Come on, give me the number. Just give me the number. Come on. Oh no, I'm searching it wrong. Oh, it's not telling me. When was this? I'm pretty sure it was 2003. That's what I heard. Was it 2003? No, it was 2008. Okay, fine, 2008. But I thought it was 2003 for some reason. The recording was reportedly, okay, we read that. The report added that Olmert apparently played the recording to U.S. President George W. Bush in 2008 as part of Israel's efforts to convince his administration of the dangers of Iran's nuclear program. I have one question. Is this your question? Because I have a question. You know, God, what my question is? Do you guys know what my question is right now? Why are they telling us now? Why are they telling us now? Like, why is this like, hey, we always knew. We always knew. We had the evidence. Like, is this not like, I really don't get it. Somebody explain to me, why do you think they hit this? Wouldn't it save them a world of headache? If they just like, look, we have the evidence. By the way, what the hell is that? I want that cup. Is that like a silver cup? Why is that so fancy? Why are they just like do people drink out of cups like that? I thought like that's just decoration. Why are you just like holding a decoration around and like walking? Is that's like a fancy silver cup? Doesn't look like it's meant for drinking. It looks like it's meant to be like put on a bookshelf or something. Weird. Where's the theory? It's a Viking cup? Well, Iraq was never accused of having a nuclear program. They were like chemical weapons of mass destruction. Because they don't want Iran to seem strong until they can say that they have already dealt with it. That's Afshin's theory. According to the Times of Israel, why this guy's name is Yadiof cited several unnamed Israeli and Middle Eastern intelligence officials on top of recollections from Ehud Barak, another Israeli former prime minister who was Olmert's defense minister in 2008. The paper told how Olmert considered the recording top secret due to its source and insisted that President Bush's advisor, Stephen Hadley, left the room before playing it. Wow. Okay, so Ehud Barak was playing this. Wait, was it Ehud Barak was playing it, or was it Olmert? Yeah, okay. Olmert wanted to play the recording for Bush, but it was so top secret that they didn't even trust the people in the Oval Office. They're like, this is only for your ears, Mr. President. Only for your ears. So that you know what we're dealing with here. And Bush listened to it, and it was really apparent that, this whole nuclear power thing, it's not that peaceful. It's not that peaceful. Oh, Soha thinks this is the Holy Grail. Okay. Guys, they had the information. They had the recording that from 2008, they had the recording that their top nuclear scientist was asked by the Islamic Republic to make nuclear weapons. Since 2008. According to the report, Olmert told Bush, I'm going to play you something. Oof, guys, this is like the stuff of movies. This is like, guys, why is this not headline? Why is nobody talking? Like, guys, this was like major news. Like, it's peaceful, not peaceful, not peaceful. Like, just a couple of years ago, this was a major discussion. And now we have the information out. And I was like, crickets. Like, where's everybody? So we have now the recording, that we have now the information, the evidence everybody was looking for. So Olmert was telling Bush, I'm going to play you something, but I ask that you not talk about it with anyone, not even with the director of the CIA, not even with the director of the CIA. First of all, who the hell are you to tell the president of the United States not to discuss something with their intelligence agency? Like, hey, I know you're a president and all, and you have no experience in like intelligence, but you just keep this to yourself. Don't like. As soon as I hope Bush was like, yeah, sure, buddy. And as soon as he left the room, I was like, he called like, guys, I need the CIA here. I don't know what the hell I'm dealing with here. Like, what the hell? Like, do you think Bush? Okay, I hope Bush was like, yeah, this is way out of my league. Like, I have no idea how to deal with this. I'm like a president. I'm not like, I need the CIA to know this. Like, are you serious? Okay, never mind. Before playing the recording of a man speaking Persian. Okay, if there was no one else in the room, I have a question. If there's no one else in the room, and he just played a recording of somebody speaking Persian, how does he know there was like no translators or anything? What if he just played the recording and the recording said Atal Matal Tutule? It was just like what's like a children's like nursery song or something. I don't know, like something. That's some option. You guys, what I'm like. So Bush had like nobody else to translate to verify that this is the correct information. Okay, I don't know, and this is So he played the recording, and then he said, "The man speaking here is Mohsen Fakhrizadeh." Okay, so that was in 2008, and this is the guy that just was died. Alhamdulillah, please, was taken out. Right? You guys, I know that Qasim is appreciating, and Ali is also appreciating. Yes. Okay, cool. I appreciate the Persian people in the audience appreciating that. A man who Olmert said was Fakhrizadeh was then heard saying, in an apparent reference to what the Times of Israel called his superiors, that they want 5 warheads. He then reportedly said that they aren't letting me work. The Times of Israel noted that he was complaining. The Yedioth did not quote the word nuclear directly. See, they're being honest here. So honest. I like it. Fakhrizadeh and Iran's nuclear program. Okay, this is like, let me just read this for you guys just real quickly. Iran has long accused Fakhrizadeh of leading Iran's efforts to develop a nuclear weapons program, which it denies. In 2018, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israeli intelligence has acquired extensive data from Iran's nuclear program that showed its ambitions to develop nuclear weapons and implicated Fakhrizadeh. So they had the actual information, and they were telling everybody, and everybody was saying like, nah, you be lying, Israel, you be lying. And they were sitting on this recording, and they weren't sharing it. I need like some expert here to come and I know an expert. I'm going to go ask him. I need like some military experts, like radical, like, I don't know, somebody to come and intelligence experts, that's what they're called. Somebody that knows something to tell me what was the motivation behind sitting on this recording until now, until the day that they took him out. Maybe if they showed that they had the recording because they really wanted to take this guy out, maybe if they showed to the Islamic Republic of Iran that how much they know about Fakhrizadeh, then it would be much harder for them to take out Fakhrizadeh. One guess. Another guess is that you want to brag to the world about how significant Fakhrizadeh is, maybe, after you took him out. Maybe. I don't know. But that takes a lot of patience to have the whole world telling you, you be lying, you be making this up, and you're just sitting on the recording. That proves your point. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. The man dubbed the father of Iran's nuclear program, basically the Fakhrizadeh, was a, what the hell? Brigadier General, is that how you say? Brigadier General in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, Sepah Pastaran, otherwise as we call it in Iran, and a physics professor at the Imam Hussein University. By the way, I don't know if this is true. I'm just highly skeptical. But they're turning this guy into such a martyr in Iran that they're saying he's responsible for the upcoming COVID vaccine. What the hell? I'm not making this up. You guys, Afshin Qasim, you guys know about this? They're saying that not only he was the father of nuclear power in Iran, and he was such a brilliant scientist. What a major loss. But his death will be more devastating to our enemies than his life. Our martyrs, the blood of our martyrs will destroy our enemies more than they could ever in their lifetime. You'll see. But now they're saying this guy, nuclear scientist, he's responsible for the COVID vaccine. What does that go? What? How? Like, is that like just like they're just making stuff up? Like, I don't know. I would be surprised if this is true. Oh, Ali is saying, I think your one guess is right. The first guess? Maybe you are overthinking it. Maybe. He invented gravity. Wait, maybe I'm overthinking it. We're talking about we're talking about Mossad. We're talking about Israel's intelligence. I think I might be underthinking it. He will now unleash his Houris on Israel. Actually, wait, you joke, Afshin. You joke, and that seems ridiculous. But I don't know if I could find that. Qasim Soleimani art when he comes from heaven with angels to attack Washington, D.C. Qasim Soleimani. I can't find it. Angels attack Washington, D.C. Can I find that? Nope, can't find that. Cartoon. Okay, there's a cartoon of Qasim Soleimani coming down from heaven with an army of angels and destroying Washington, D.C. So I can't find it right now, but that was pretty cool. Yeah, you saw that, right? I saw a lot of memes like that. That was funny. Qasim saying, how come he was so big and I heard his name first time on his assassination news? Because they were keeping him secret. They didn't even want to know, even people know what they didn't even want the IAEA to know what he looks like. Like, they were like that. They wanted to meet with him, and the Islamic Republic of Iran, like, nope, you don't get to meet with him. Like, they were keeping his, because they thought if anybody knew what he looks like, they would assassinate him. And eventually, when a picture of him leaked, that image was used as a way for Mossad to identify him and assassinate him. So they were right. Okay, hold on. Fakhrizadeh headed the country's Ahmad project, which was aimed at developing a nuclear device. While Iranian officials say the program is now closed, Israel and others say it is still ongoing in secret. He later founded Iran's Organizations of Defense, Innovation, and Research. Fakhrizadeh was shot dead. Oh, yeah, we all know that. You guys, if you guys don't know this, I don't know what you're even doing. Fakhrizadeh was shot dead on the outskirts of Tehran on November 27. Iran has accused Israel of being behind the assassination and threatened revenge attacks. Okay, so, and this is the actual direct report. If you guys want to look it up, wait, is this? Yeah, this is Times of Israel. Okay, so I don't know if that. Oh, this is the assassination that happened a couple of days, just a few days ago, right? And guys, the assassination was done beautifully, because he was like right next to his wife, like this, and no collateral damage. Like nobody died except the scientists. Like it was like face recognition, artificial intelligence. They had like, I don't know the details. They had like plant explosion, and there was like satellite involved. But it was like the thing of the movies. And the only person that got a tiny bit of collateral damage was a guy who, like, I don't know if this is true or not, because I can't trust the reports coming out of Iran. But the guy that got a few bullets in him was the guy that literally like threw himself in front of the scientists. I don't know if that's happened or not. But other than that guy, and he didn't die, right? But the wife, like, there was like a chaotic shooting. That what we assume was a chaotic shooting was so precisely done that nobody other than the scientists died. Like, this is like, yes, please, more of this, please. Less dropping, less carpet bombing, and more stuff like this. I'm all for it. I don't know about you guys. Anyways, what are we watching here? Okay, let me see. Persian Twitter calls him cutlet. Ew, I don't like that. They call, I think they call Qasim Soleimani cutlet. That's disgusting. That's gross. I don't take pleasure. The reason why I'm for this assassination is because it avoids more people's body being burned like that. This is gross. I don't like the fact. I don't like to think about, like, yay, a man's body is like being burned like the Qasim Soleimani. Like, no, like the whole reason why I'm saying more tactics like this is because it avoids more death and destruction, not because I enjoy someone's death or anything like that. Okay. Yeah, but this guy was like, I mean, come on, this guy was part of IRGC, and it was coming with nukes for a state sponsor of terror. So yeah, take him out, please. Thank you, Mossad. Thank you, Mossad, for keeping us safe. Is that? Yeah, I don't like that. Qasim. That's gross. Yeah, Soleimani was famous cutlet. He turned to kebab. That's gross. I don't like to like celebrate someone's body being burned like that. That's gross. I don't like that. Suha is saying, I guess this is what you call a perfect execution. Yeah, it was really nicely done. So saying Iranian nuclear scientist Mohsen Fakhrizadeh. So this is Tansim News Agency. So this is obviously before his assassination. See, like, how this is how detail oriented I am, right? This is his talk before he died, right? Because I'm putting 2 and 2 together, right? Obviously, he can't talk after he's dead, right? So see the level of analysis here. So this is before his okay. So this is let me see. Yeah, I know, Fatima. Y'all are sick. Yeah, that's gross. That's gross, guys. Don't call cutlet. Don't use the cutlet thing. I don't like it. A lot of people in Iran were celebrating Qasem Soleimani's death, and it's like, oh, he's cutlet now. It's like, ew, 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 ew. You guys sicken me, because this is why I sometimes are worried about any form of, I'm for the toppling of Iranian government, but you guys, some of you guys in Iran, man, you worry me. Like if you're disinterested in seeing somebody burn like that, then I don't know what's gonna happen if this government falls. I don't know what you guys are gonna unleash, but I hope there's like somebody stopping you if there is ever any toppling of the government. It scares me. Some of you guys scare me. I understand you've been through so much pain and so much misery by the Islamic Republic of Iran that you're so frustrated that you might say some stuff like this, that to us, outsiders sitting in our comfort, this sounds barbaric and violent. But no, okay? And no, I understand that you've been frustrated. I understand that you had dealt with so much misery and pain because of this regime. But I will not endorse that kind of thirst for violence. Okay? The only reason why I call these assassinations, why I endorse these kind of assassinations, is because I think it's avoiding more death and destruction, not because I'm celebrating these people's. I mean, if I celebrate it, it's because of utilitarianism. You know what I mean? Like it's avoiding, like I'm doing a calculation, and I think it's avoiding more death. DTR saying, also Musad, if you are listening, Armin here wants to join you, so call him up. We at the Atheist Republic will collaborate with you. Yes, Musad, call us. I'm joking, but lots of people really enjoy it. Put yourself in Iranians' shoes, then judge them. Okay, that's guys. See, I saw it coming before Qassem even mentioned it. I can see, I can sense the comeback. This is how good I am. Okay, like I was like, guys, cutlet is not good. I could even see like in the distance somebody saying, "But Armin, what if your brother was killed by IRGC? Would you still say the same thing?" I don't know. Maybe not. But I have the advantage of not having my brother killed by IRGC. And I understand that if you're emotional and you want revenge, but I don't think that's going to give us. Anyways, we're getting off track. Ali saying, the most humane way of giving capital punishment could be this. Okay, I'm not for capital punishment, but if you are, guys, okay, okay, so you're talking about humane ways of capital punishment. I am against capital punishment, but the capital punishment capital punishment means that there's a court, somebody's guilty, do we execute them? No. Maybe life in prison, okay? But this is not the same situation where we have a hostile state that you have, like, what are you going to do? Like, you're going to invite him to go to international courts? Like, hey, Mr. Fakhrizadeh, if you don't mind, sir, would you happen to leave Iran and come to the International Human Rights Tribunal so we could take you to court? No? What if we say please? Still no? Okay. I guess we have to assassinate you. Right? So, I mean, what I'm saying is, like, for example, if you look at World War II, the people on the baddie side, like, you can't be like the Yazidis, right? You can't be like, should we assassinate, like, the member of SS, the head of SS? So, like, where's the due process? Like, the due process will be when they're defeated and you capture them and they surrender, and now they're defenseless, and you have them in captivity. Now you don't kill them. Now there's a court date and there's due process. But when you don't have that, you can't be like, hey, head of SS, I know you're busy managing stuff and all, but can you if you have, I don't know if you're free on Wednesday or Friday, but can you leave Germany for like half a day and attend this court date? And then if you do that, then we could discuss whether we're gonna give you life in prison or execute you. No, that's not like, no, we take you out. We take you out. Come at me, right? Like if we reach you, we take you out. That's how it works. If your government falls and we're not in this like hot war or cold war situation, then we could talk about due process and court dates and all that. And then at that point, we'll be like, if you have Fakhrizadeh like in the International Human Rights Court or whatever, and you find him guilty, at that point I'm like, yeah, don't kill him, right? At that point I'm like, yeah, I'm against capital punishment, put him in jail. But this is not the same situation, guys. This is not the same situation, right? This guy is dangerous. He's making the world's largest sponsor of terror. He's getting them closer to having nuclear weapons. If you can take him out, you take him out. Easy. Easy. I can't even believe some of you disagree with that. Qasim saying all Iranian Islamic Republic guys should attend a court and be judged, but this will happen in a perfect world. Although in a perfect world, there would be no Islamic Republic. Yes, right now, if you can take this guy out, you take this guy out, right? But if one day, and that's a big if, the Islamic Republic falls and people capture these, and somehow some of them manage to survive people's anger, and they don't get cut into pieces, and you get them in court, and you manage to get them on trial in Iran. At that point, I'm like, oh, these people, like, if like, for example, let's say this guy wasn't assassinated and the Islamic Republic of Iran falls and he's arrested, okay? At that point, I'm like, this mofo better have a good lawyer. He better he should be defended in court. He should have a lawyer, and hopefully when we find that he's guilty, he gets time in jail and he doesn't get executed. In that situation, he shouldn't get capital punishment, and he should get as good of a lawyer as he could be given to defend himself in court, right? That would be that situation. But this is not the same situation. Yeah, okay. So Ali's saying, I was just talking about the humane way. I know this situation is different. Yeah. I just use your comment as an excuse. But guys, we need to actually listen to this video, okay? I'll translate for you guys, okay? I think my Persian to English translation is a lot better than my English to Persian translation. That's why I need some co-hosts on my Persian channel, so I could like better translate. By the way, guys, if you guys are good at translating to Persian, from Persian to English, no, from English to Persian, talk to Afshin. Talk to Afshin. He will see if you guys could come as co-hosts on Atheist Republic's Persian channel. Qasim, like, so much better. Qasim, I'm gonna slap you. Qasim, I'm gonna slap you. All right, let's watch this video. Oh, actually, I don't need to translate. It's translated. Saddam's use of chemical weapons was bitter. It was a bitter experience. By the way, this is not the recording that they're talking about, but this got leaked as well to the public, which is amazing. That thought us that we must be careful on all fronts so that we will not be surprised. Currently, we see, guys. Oh, this is a longer version of this. This is just the highlights. Currently, we see how the superpowers make nuclear weapons-related threats. Guys, remember, this is the top nuclear scientist in Iran, and he's talking about nuclear weapons and the fact that you need to defend against it. The top scientist, he's trying to make a case against deterrence against nuclear weapons threats in the region. Okay, so I mean, come on.
از یک طرف خب می‌بینیم شاخشونه کشیدن‌های قدرت‌ها در مقوله سلاح هسته‌ای به شکل.
I mean, even now, even we have the direct recording now, and these threats are escalating.
داره پررنگ میشه و وقتی این مطالب
When such matters surface,
میشه می‌بینیم که از هیچ نهاد
we see that no international body, not even the IAEA or the UN,
بین‌المللی حتی مثل آژانس بین‌المللی انرژی اتمی یا سازمان ملل صدایی بر
say anything about it.
بود منطقه در نظر
As for our region, it's becoming nuclear.
منطقه ما الان داره تبدیل به یک منطقه هسته‌ای میشه. شما عربستان رو
Look at Saudi Arabia. It has vast nuclear plans like the King Fahd plan.
ببینید که طرح‌های وسیع هسته‌ای داره. اون حساب طرح ملک فهد داره. از شما خدمت شما امارات بشه.
The UAE are also vigorously pursuing this path.
شدت دنبال بحث هسته‌ای پاکستان که تکلیفش میشه.
As for Pakistan and India, things are clear. We're talking Pakistan and India. Do you think we're talking nuclear power or nuclear weapons?
مشخص است هند و از شما خدمت شما اینا که مشخص. خب این گسترش
This nuclear expansion requires us to establish balancing infrastructure. Again, reminder that this is the top nuclear scientists in Iran telling you that all these nuclear powers in the region require a response.
می‌طلبه که یک سری زیرساخت‌هایی به صورت
Balancing infrastructure. Guys, what did I tell you years before any of this happened? Even if they don't want to actually have the weapons, they want to create the infrastructure, the base, the foundation to be able to go like, oh, guys, we don't have nuclear weapons. But you give it like, boop, oh, now we do. Like that. Like, just build the base, all the foundation, and just be like, whoops, whoopsies. Now we have nuclear weapons. Psych.
متوازن ایجاد بشه که اگر ایجاد
If this infrastructure is not established,
نشه با این
and considering the probability that things will happen,
احتمال حوادث چه در داخل چه در منطقه
whether in Iran, in the region, or internationally,
چه در ارشاد خدمت شما عرصه بین‌المللی قطعاً ما
if we were chemically vulnerable back then,
اون ضربه پذیری‌هایی رو که در بحث شیمیایی داشتیم اینجا
we will definitely be much more vulnerable in this nuclear field now. Like, look, guys, when we were before, when we were behind on chemical weapons before, I think he's referring to the Iran-Iraq war and the chemical weapons that were used by Iraq, but I'm not sure. Yeah, because he's saying back then, I think this is in reference to the Saddam having chemical weapons and Iran being at a disadvantage. And like, guys, if we were behind back then with chemical weapons, imagine what disaster it would be if we were behind on nuclear. If everybody around us has nukes and we don't have nukes, we'd be like so behind. We'd be devastated. So, guys, does this sound like a nuclear scientist that, like, yes, guys, we just want nuclear powerful energy and for research and medicine? Does this sound like a guy that is in charge of nuclear energy in the country? Does this sound like a guy that his priorities are energy in a country that is sitting on oil and research? Does that sound like that to you guys? Seems like the priorities are a bit like what everybody was recommending. I'm glad all these videos are out. I just don't understand why not more people are talking about this. Guys, this is what we've been waiting for so many years. Why is this not like, hey guys, we now have evidence? It was always, yeah, we were right. God damn it. Like all these years, people were telling us that we were wrong. And now all of a sudden, this information leaks. And we're like, guys, we told you so. We told you so. We want to do it. We're doing like we told you so dance, and nobody's watching. We're doing the we told you so dance, and nobody's watching.
اینجا
we will definitely be much more vulnerable in this nuclear field now.
با شدت
Yeah.
بیشتری خواهیم داشت. بنابراین این
Therefore, this clinic is part of the required infrastructure.
درمانگاه یکی از اون زیرساخت‌های لازم هست که ما داشته باشیم.
And we need to work on other areas of our nuclear defense.
البته سایر موارد پدافند
Nuclear defense. Yeah, nuclear defense. Guys, nuclear defense. What do you mean? Like you're going to throw medical facilities when the countries come at you? What nuclear defense? Here's my research paper. I hope that hurts.
هسته‌ای که حتما باید کار بشه.
Nuclear defense. What does nuclear defense sound like, you guys? Does nuclear defense sound like we want nuclear power for energy? Energy. We need nuclear power for energy. How are you going to defend? Huh? How are you going to, like what? Like you have so much energy that the enemy will be like blinded by how shiny your cities are with all the electricity? Like, we can't attack. It's too bright. It's too bright. We can't see anything. Okay. Cool. All right. Guys, I bring you the stuff. These are the stuff that other people don't bring you. The way I bring them, I connect the dots for you guys. If that doesn't deserve a like, you could go eat a bag of eggplants. Because I don't know what else to tell you. All right. I'm going to head out, guys. Make sure you leave a like. And subscribe if you're not. And share this video. It really helps the channel. It's a human rights violation that this channel has this many subscribers, given the nuance, the level of nuance that we bring on this channel is so high. Who else does this for you guys? Who else does this? Who else? So on such a global scale from every goddamn country, okay? I mean, are you guys not impressed? Are you guys not impressed? Going after wokeism and far right and Islam and geopolitics, Middle East, Christianity, Hinduism, mythology. The fact that we're this small, this channel is this small, it's a human rights violation. Bring this up in Geneva. Okay? The Armin army, you have your orders. Go get us more subscribers. Tell everybody. Do it. Do it now.